You know how there are so many great animes out there, yet most of them are forgotten or slept on because of the new shows? No offense to the new shows. I mean, Jujutsu Kaisen looks fire, I just haven't started it yet. For those of you that probably don't have anything else to watch, that's where I drop in to recommend some heat. An anime that you don't typically hear about anymore. An anime that also deserves to be finished. Like seriously, I wish they would finish this anime already. Seraph of the End, or aka Owari no Seraph. What's good, Marvelous fam? The Marvelous Dante here, and welcome to Binge Time, the series where I review the first few episodes of binge-worthy shows. Today we'll be covering Seraph of the End. So already the story starts on some crazy crap. Vampires are invading and people are dying due to a mysterious virus, but the people that are dying are over the age of 13. Everyone 13 and younger is unaffected by the virus, but they are taken in by vampires. From this point, we're introduced to our two main protagonists, Yurichiro and Mikaela Hyakuya, the eldest children from the Hyakuya orphanage. They get taken in by vampires, and 4 years have gone by since they've been held in Sanguinum. May I remind you, they are also livestock, so they have to regularly give their blood to the vampires in order to survive. Mika isn't too upset with their lifestyles, but Yu hates it. Then some random nonsense goes down. Some kids are just minding their business, drawing on the ground. Then some random vampires just step on their hand and kicks the other one out of the way. Oh, I'm hurt! Like, why though? They could have just walked around. This makes you pissed and wants to beat the brakes off them. However, these are vampires. Before Yu gets dropped off the side of the city, a vampire progenitor named Ferret Bathory shows up, and the two vamps that caused this just disappeared. Mika and Ferret start talking to each other like they have known each other, and that's because they have. Yu and Mika leave as Yu starts questioning Mika about how he knew Ferret. Mika tells him that he has a deal with Ferret. Mika gives him blood and he gets whatever he wants. I don't know, that's a pretty fair trade-off, I guess. Mika tries using his bond with Ferret to have a better chance of surviving. Yu leaves and is met by one of his family members, Akane, from the orphanage. When she reminds Yu that they are all family, he denies it and gets a flashback to when Yu became a part of the orphanage. This kid's backstory is sad, bro. So, what led Yu to becoming part of the orphanage? His father went mad and tried to kill him, and his mother committed suicide because she actually believed Yu was a demon child.
Dang! That's tough.
At the end of the day, Yu and the other children of the orphanage are home. Mika comes back from hanging out with Ferret. The family was able to get curry through Mika's relationship. Yu stays awake for Mika to return. They have their touching moment as Mika tells him that the kids look up to him. Both of them eat leftovers, and Mika just hands him a gun out of nowhere, like, here, you better eat all your food or you don't get your Happy Meal toy. Mika stole the gun and the map, showing the exits of the city. Then, out of nowhere, Mika proposes the idea that they escape that night. Yu was a bit skeptical at first and also mentions that there is still a virus that affects 13-year-olds and higher. Both Yu and Mika are 12, but Mika just tells him that will give them a year to find a cure and a way to beat the vampires. So Mika and Yu get the children and they travel through the tunnels. They make it to one of the exits, and just as they were heading out the door, Ferret shows up like, "What's up guys? I've been waiting for you." This man has been waiting for Mika to show up ever since he notices his map and gun were missing. Before Mika can even comprehend what is happening, Ferret dashes by and already takes the blood from one of the youngest children. Yu attempts to shoot Ferret with his gun, but Ferret dodges and proceeds to kill the rest of the children, bro. Bro, we made it all the way here, and everybody's getting bodied. He was also bragging about how entertained he was. I guess you could say he's like this series Orochimaru, kind of. Yeah, he's definitely an Orochimaru figure.
Come to a boil. I think I'll play with him a little and...
Mika then charges at Ferret, giving Yu the chance to run for the exit. Piercing through his heart and slicing his arm off, Yu gets a hold of the gun and shoots Ferret in the head. Yu tries to pull Mika with him, but is pushed away by him as he tells him to run. I mean, bro, he got pierced through the heart and lost his arm. He's definitely gonna bleed out. But I know that's family, that's family. We really had a full plan. And just like that, bro, out the window.
Oh, I'm hurt!
Yu runs as he's going through the pain of losing the only family he's ever had. He makes it to the surface and is immediately confronted by Gurren Ichinose, the leader of the Japanese Imperial Army. Gurren is like, cool, we found the prophecy kid. Want to help us kill all the vampires once and for all? Yu just kinda hugs him out of trauma and tells him as long as he gets to kill all of them. Another 4 years have gone by, and now 16 years old Yu is a soldier of the Imperial Demon Army. So in the show, we later find out what Gurren meant by the prophecy. For now, it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Before we go over to the next episode, you're probably wondering how there are people over the age of 13 alive on the surface. This is explained in the second episode of the show, but it's during the part where Yu meets Gurren. Gurren explains to you that the virus took out 90% of the world's population, and the trumpets of apocalypse are taking over the earth. The trumpets are the side problem to humanity because they just want to kill humans. They don't care about the vampires, they just want to destroy the humans. Now we're on episode 2. As Yu is haunted by the loss of his family, a beast called the Force Horseman of John appears, which is one of the trumpet beasts. Yu's colleagues realize his presence and tells him to retreat, but Yu was like, skip that, and kills the monster, just to be put on suspension for ignoring the direct order, and he's sent to school for punishment. He meets a girl in his class named Shinawa Haragi, one of the army surveillance officers. She explains to him how he has to make one friend to get taken off suspension. Shinawa also knows about his family situation. So at this part, she's also telling him how he's scared to get close to people just to lose them. Later on in the day, Yu is being followed by Shinawa and they get involved with a kid named Yoichi who's being bullied. Yu was about to walk away until the bully says something about giving the kid to the vampires. However, Yu can't fight them due to a suspension.
You what?
So when he gets in the mix, he gets knocked out. So Yu, Shinawa, and Yoichi are later together as Yoichi keeps apologizing for Yu getting knocked out. He explains that he isn't getting bullied and he's trying to get on the bully's good side so he can get into the Imperial Demon Army. Because apparently the demon that was bullying him is a part of the Demon Army. Yoichi wants to join so he can get revenge for his sister that was killed by a vampire. So they're kinda similar in a way. Yu tells him not to join the army because his sister wouldn't want revenge and he would just get in the way. I mean, logical, but he didn't have to go that far. Plus, isn't you getting in the way? They told you to retreat, bro, and you didn't listen. Then out of nowhere, a building just blows up and a vampire has just been sighted. Shinawa tells Yu and Yoichi to leave, but of course Yu was like, skip the Moon Demon Company, I'll kill the vampire myself. He's low-key just like Eren from Attack on Titan. And I honestly did not realize the similarities between the two shows until I actually did research on it. Anyways, Yu runs to his locker to grab his sword and gun, and he hears the victim screaming, and he runs into the dude who claims to be in the demon army, just to find out it was Cap all along. This dude was capping. Bro really thought he was in the demon army. That's crazy. So Yu takes it from this point to start fighting with the vampire. And just as the vampire was about to take blood from the victim, Yoichi runs in there clutch and tackles the vampire. Before the vampire takes a jab at Yoichi, Yu covers him, gives him a compliment. And at this point, Yoichi considers them to be friends, and this throws Yu off guard, giving the vampire a chance to charge him out the window. Yu had impaled the vampire, but it still wasn't enough to kill her, so then Gurren shows up and stabs her in the heart. Gurren is disappointed, but also low-key impressed with what Yu has done so far. Yu also didn't have a cursed weapon, or was also known as a cursed gear. A cursed gear is an enchanted weapon that's used to kill vampires in the show. They are also formed by contracts the possessor has with the demon of that weapon. Yu wakes up from being unconscious and Shinawa tells him that he has been accepted into the vampire extermination unit, and so has Yoichi. They both made an impression on the commander. All that was for something. We're now on episode 3 and Yu gets a letter from a girl that he saved. Shinua was stalking him, and this brings her to explain the demon army's plan to bring back humanity by getting the remaining humans to breed with each other. Moving on, Yu asks Shinua why he is still in school even though he's a part of the demon company. Shinua tells him that his training has already begun and she knows that he wants that vampire killing power. She shows him her cursed gear, Shikama Doji. Instead of being like, where can I get one? Yu plans to fight Shinua for her cursed gear. And of course he loses. Bro, seriously, what is wrong with this kid? Throughout the day, Yoichi is being followed by the same kids that were bullying him the day before. They ask Yu to help save their friend who has entered the forbidden chamber. Suddenly, Shinua steps in and tells them that his friend is being punished by the demon army. It was at this moment he realized he done goofed up. The forbidden chamber is a training room for the extermination unit, so nothing too bad will happen to the guy, except for the fact that he may get possessed by a demon. My thing is, why is this in a school of all places if it's so forbidden? You're always going to have those kids that just want to sneak in just for the clout. The only people that are allowed to enter the chamber are people summoned by the extermination unit and people that are chosen by a demon. Yu is determined for power at this point and is already heading inside the chamber. They see the kid with the cursed gear and Yu's immediate response is to go take it from him. Bro, I'm so done with Yu. What is wrong with him? Yu was able to grab the cursed gear, and as soon as he grabs it, he's taken into an illusion with the past. And as soon as he grabs it, he is taken to an illusion of his past with Mika and the other kids. As Yu is eating with the kids, Mika asks him about his revolution against the vampires. They then go on a rant about how Yu bailed on them and when they were killed. This is where the demon is trying to take over Yu. It's easier for the demon to take over Yu's heart because he's emotionally weak. However, Yu is smart enough to know that this demon is disguised as his brother and is not Mika. Mika wouldn't want Yu to seek revenge, so now Yu breaks out of the demon's possession only to find out that he didn't get the cursed gear. He has to go through a proper ritual to own his own gear. When is this man gonna learn? It takes patience, bro. He can't be rushing it. Get ready, guys, this is where things get wild. So we're taken back to the gateway where Mika and the rest of the family was killed. Turns out not only Farad is alive, but Mika is also alive and he's with the vampires. Now you're probably wondering how Farad is alive after you shot him in the head, and how Mika is alive after having his heart pierced and arm cut off. You will have to check it out for yourself. The Seraph of the End is very similar to Attack on Titan, however it's not as serious and dark. Trust me guys, this show is really good, it's really worth the watch. The animation and art style also give the anime just this cinematic feeling, very cinematic feeling. It's also an anime that I feel doesn't get enough recognition. Hopefully if more people watch it, then we'll eventually get a season 3. That's what I'm hoping, bro. I really need a season 3. I just want to say, if you guys made it through this whole episode and you guys actually liked it, please spam the like button, bro. Spam the like button. Also, this is the first video of 2021. How could I forget? Bro, when I tell you, this took longer than expected. Like, so much is going on right now. I'm in school, other stuff going on. I'm tired mostly, and it's like, I'm just now finishing the first episode of a new series that I wanted to bring to the channel. That's crazy. So, Binge Time is something I've been wanting to do on the channel for about a year now, and the fact that I'm just now getting to it, it's crazy. The next episode of Binge Time is going to be about Attack on Titan. It's going to be lit. That will be out by April. Binge Time is going to be a monthly series for me because it takes time to actually make a script, and then it takes time to edit out everything. Discord server will be in the link in the description below, so feel free to check that out. Stop by, chat with me. Oh my gosh, bro, we finally did it. Thank God. I finally finished this episode that I've been trying to get out since December. Really January, now that I think about it. But guys, if you guys enjoyed this, please leave a like, please, bro. And feel free down in the comment section leave any shows or anime that you want me to cover on this series, because that's what this series is also about. Getting to know y'all and what kind of shows y'all are watching. Try to get some other people to watch that, you feel me? Subscribe to the channel for more of this series and more content in general. I'm bringing more stuff to the channel. This is just the beginning. Share with your friends, please share. I'm really hoping that I can get this series to like be one of the build-ups of my channel. Be sure to follow me on all social media to stay updated. And yeah, I think that's about it. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, this outro is just all over the place right now. I'm tired. I'm honestly hungry too. Might go eat a Hot Pocket. You want a Hot Pocket? I got you.